Hi, I'm Pauline from Passion Cube, and I'm a personal branding coach. In our journey of life, I believe definitely we have been betrayed before, and I am of no exception as well. In my few years journey being a business person, doing training, I have been betrayed in my life as well. The first thing that happened to me was when I first started my business. I was being informed and being told off by X-Men that I would not be able to do corporate training at all. That is because of the company structure that I have, because of the qualification that I have. I just would not be able to penetrate into the corporate training. When the fact is, the very first moment that I decided to start my own business was because I want to do corporate training for the companies. I felt so lost at that point of time. I felt so sad. I felt so fearful because I have given up my everything in my career just to start my business. It was the huge risk that I took to make a difference in my life with the passion that I carry to people that I find can be transformational, and it gives me a sense of achievement when I see them transform for good. And the fact that the very person that told me this fact, the X-Men, was exact same person that encouraged me to come out and start my own business because of the quality of training, of the skills that I have. If you were me, how would you feel? I felt so betrayed, and I felt I would not be able to trust anymore. But as time goes by, things are proven to be wrong. I have a portfolio, in fact, a strong portfolio of corporate clients with me because of the faith, of the trust, and because of the quality that I deliver to them unconditionally. So I know I will be able to do it. Pass by, things goes on, and challenges has its way to come towards me again. Just one day right before the MCO was announced, I was ditched by Y-Man. Y-Man was supposed to be the particular person that is supposed to be helping me and giving me direction and leading me to how am I supposed to continue and handle my business. But at the point of time that I desperately need them the most, that was the time that I got ditched. I cried and cried and cried and kept on begging for them to take me back. I just hope I have someone to rely on to touch me a light for my direction. But despite all the begging and cryings, things has proven to be a fact. It has become a reality that I have been ditched. I was just not a suitable candidate for that kind of environment, and I have to move on my own. Again, that was the second time in my life that I got betrayed. I felt so hurtful, so sad, and I was so angry of the whole situation that happened to me. I dropped into the lowest point, the darkest part of my life. I shut myself from the whole world. I couldn't believe or trust any single soul anymore. And because of that, my attitude changed towards anybody around me, including those people that genuinely and truly care for me. I just wouldn't be able to see the good in anything or anyone at all. And despite the fact that some people truly came into my life with the hope of lending me a helping hand, I just would not be able to see that. That is because I have a different kind of attitude. And all this affects my personal branding so much. And the fact is, personal branding, it is something that we seriously need to take into consideration, especially at the current moment right now. The more we are in this situation, the more we have to carry and build up our strong personal branding. But when I got betrayed and I just indulged in my self-pityness and self-blaming, I just couldn't see anything out of it anymore. But because there have been a switch in my mindset, in my perspective, I let myself to open up, to trust again to people who helped me in my life, to my coach who brought me, who break through, who made me break another different level in my mindset, in my way of handling situation, to become more confirmed version of myself. I believe this is something very important that I'd like to share with you, because I know how it feels to be betrayed over and over again, and I know how hurtful it could be until the extent we choose not to trust anyone anymore. And in fact, to us, trust takes a lot of time. In certain situations, yes, trust might take quite a number of time, but sometimes trust can be built when the right person comes into our life. The point to take note is, are we open for possibilities or not? So that's why I would like to share with you what are the few elements of personal branding that we need to take note and to apply in our life, so that it brings us to a better advancement in our career or even in our business. Personal branding is actually categorized into element of A, B, and C. So what are they? A can be categorized in two different categories, what we talk about appearance as well as attitude. I will leave appearance to another sharing on another day. But today I would like to focus a lot on attitude, because that was the realization that I got. And the change of my attitude changed my whole world. So that's why I would like to share it with you. On top of the element of A, personal branding also comprises of B, which is actually our behavior. In fact, our attitude will actually be stemming from our behavior, and it's a deeper structure of it. Again, I'll leave behavior to another day when I share about this in more detail. And personal branding also consists of the element of C, which is what we call communication. So as I mentioned, I would like you to focus on attitude for this particular moment. Attitude for us as a human, we have four different types of attitude. The first type of attitude is what we call the positive or the good attitude. In fact, this is the kind of attitude that all of us want to achieve at the end of the day, whether you are an employee of your employer, or whether you are a boss to your subordinates, or even you are a supplier to your customers. In every relationship that we have in our business or in our working environment, everyone wishes to have a positive attitude. Generally, a person with positive attitude are very confident, and they look the best in everything. They will look for the best, and they will find the best in everything. They have the strong ability to inspire and to learn more, so that they can elevate further in their life. On the other extreme, we also have the second type of attitude, what we call the negative attitude. Basically, negative attitude are the type of attitude whereby they are the extreme opposite of positive. They look at things at a very down and negative perspective. They only see problems. They only see there's no solution to it. They only indulge in their self-pityness, in their self-blaming. And that was exactly where I was when I got betrayed, especially recently. I was so negative that I shut down, that I couldn't see any possibilities of help coming through me at all. And people with negativity, they will have a lot of emotion of sad, hurt, fear, anger. These are all the emotions that it's being born out of negativity. Now, on top of that, these are the two kinds of attitude that we usually and typically hear. But just for your information, in fact, attitude can be also categorized as neutral attitude. These are people with neutral attitude. They are neither positive nor negative, just emotionless. They don't have any view or anything that they feel upon a certain situation. To them, everything is just status quo, and they just live in their own comfort environment. Now, it depends on how fast the environment beside or around you is changing. If you're looking at the current situation, things has been moving so fast, then some of us might not be able to even catch up with that. So if we are still living in the condition of neutral attitude, there might be possibility we might not be able to adapt to the changes. And at the end of the day, we are still being forced to get out from our comfort zone. So that's where neutral attitude belongs to. And last but not least, attitude can also belong to the second attitude. Now, in fact, second attitude is even worse than negative attitude. They have a problem for every solution. Whatever positive thing that's coming to them, they have a way to associate that to negativity. They will just somehow find negativity out of whatever positivity that comes to them. So this group of people, they have a lot of problem that it's well rooted. It could be stemmed from how they were being treated since their childhood, or maybe traumatic experience that have been experiencing before. Now, that doesn't mean that when you are in the second or in the negative attitude, you cannot change. I was there in the negative attitude, and I was able to move to positive attitude, because at the end of the day, out from these four attitudes, our main focus and goal is to move to the positive attitude. The question is, how are we able to do that? Are there certain methods, certain technique that can accelerate us faster to reach to that level of positivity or not? To me, yes. I have a certain method, certain way that I know that I'll be able to help to get people out from the negativity, to reach to the state faster. Previously, I was so drowned in my negativity that I've wasted the few weeks and even months to just entertain my negative thoughts. I feel so wasted right now. And that's why I'm chasing with the time to do whatever best I could to help my community, the people around me, the people that share the same experience as me. I understand, I totally can relate to how does it feel when we are being betrayed. But always remember that is just one situation that got me into negative attitude. We do not need necessarily to get into negative attitude just because of a betrayal. There could be a lot of triggers that can make us into a negative one. So that's why now my question to you, having understood the concept of attitude, do you know which particular category do you belong to? Are you the positive, negative, neutral, or second one? If you belong to any of the category out of the positive attitude, what are the things that you have been doing to get yourself out from the positive attitude? Or do you even want to go to the positive attitude? Or are you still indulging yourself in the negative or second state, just like what have I done before? Share your thoughts with me if you need to talk to me. And I will be more than happy to share with you on how can we go through this together, how can we get ourselves out from the negative or even second attitude to a positive one. Always remember, at the end of the day, attitude is the first element of personal branding. And personal branding is not just merely about our appearance, how do we appear in social media or even in the physical or the way we dress. It is just one part of that. But in fact, personal branding encompasses an even larger element in our life, whereby personal branding, it's also our personal leadership. If we are not able to lead ourselves well, especially in our attitude, our mindset, we will not be able to be successful in our relationship with other people, and same goes to any other aspect of our life that we are supposed to focus on. So that's why I would like you to take this understanding with you and reflect upon yourself. At the end of the day, personal branding is just about personal leadership. Just remember that. So that will be my sharing for this session. I hope you learn and get something that you will be able to apply in your own life. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again.